But when I think about soft life in relation to luxury and travel experiences, I'm not sitting by the toilet. Hello, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are entering the chat for the soft life conversation and trend that has taken over for the past couple of years. I've actually made a video about soft life before, but I wanted to take it from a different perspective this time and separate it into 5 different categories that I personally feel like equal a soft life and also enhance my ability to live a soft life now and hopefully well into the future. So first things first, I feel like the issue with the soft life conversation is that sometimes everyone has their own idea of what it means and they try to impose those ideas on other people. So in this video, I am strictly sharing how I personally embrace the soft life and sharing some tips and tricks if you want to live a similar soft life to the way that I do. However, soft life literally can look different for everyone, and that is okay. You can share what your idea of a soft life is and someone else's can be completely different, and it can still be really, really beautiful and special for each of us as individuals. But to kick us off, I wanted to read a few different definitions that I found on Google for what soft life means or what living a soft life actually looks like. So the first one says, soft life means to reject hustle culture and to live a life without struggle and stress. That is definitely one that I agree with. It's the opposite of hard. No struggle, no stress, we're living soft, we're living good, we're living easy. This other list gives a few examples of what enjoying a soft life could include. The first one says enjoying the little things like morning coffee, going for walks in the afternoon, being able to express our creativity with things like design and pictures that we take, also embracing self-love in everything we do, less hustle culture, more mindful productivity, and not letting trivial matters affect our energy and mood. That one I agree with so much. I feel like creating peace in my life has contributed so much to allowing me to live a soft life. If it's foolishness, if it's mess, I am not involved and I'm able to live peaceful and happy and just not be bothered with anything that could weigh me down. And I want to share one more that I feel like summarizes it really well from my perspective as well. It says taking time to relax, looking after yourself, and putting your mental health and well-being first. So all of those things I definitely agree with contribute to a soft life. So I wanted to elaborate a little bit on some of these or on this topic in general and separate it into categories and share my personal opinion with you, especially if you're like, how can I live a softer life? Here are some things that hopefully will work for you as well. All right, so my 5 categories are luxury, freedom, time, career, and routines. I was trying to think of 5 that I feel like really kind of sum up the entire idea of a soft life, and those are the 5 that I came up with. And I wanted to include luxury because I feel like that's kind of where the confusion can come in a lot. When people think of soft life, a lot of times what they're sharing or portraying is someone who lives this extremely luxurious life, never has to worry about finances, travels all over the world all the time, has a ton of designer items and things like that. While yes, those can be remnants of living a soft life, for me, it's more about the experiences that are luxury. And then also, I love a good nice thing here or there, but the idea of being able to have those nice things without having to overwork yourself, I think is why it's so connected to luxury sometimes. So for me personally, if I'm like, what's the biggest area where I feel like I want to feel luxurious and enjoy experiences that lean into luxury in relation to soft life, that is definitely travel. I've traveled, of course, a lot of different places. I've had a lot of different travel experiences from being younger to the point where I am at now. And now, if it's not good, nice, organized, put together, I am not coming. There is no reason why I need to spend my money, spend my time going on a trip or on a vacation that's giving less than luxury at this point. And when I say luxury, I mean luxury for me personally. I have not flown Emirates first class or anything like that. It's a goal to eventually be able to experience that, but I cannot do what I did in April of last year. So, story time. We went on a cruise and the cruise was ported or departing, what's it called? Disembarking? I don't know. The cruise started in Miami and was leaving from Miami, Florida. We live in Houston, Texas. So when we booked the cruise, they were like, hey, we have this special deal. Basically, book today and you are going to get free airline tickets to fly to Miami for your cruise. So we're like, perfect. We really want to go on this one. We like the destinations. Let's go ahead and book it and get the free airline. They don't give you seat assignments or anything. They just say it's taken care of. You're flying American Airlines. So I'm like, okay, cool. American Airlines seems fine. I've flown them before. No big deal. Why was I in row 31? The row right by the toilet. Yeah. The nasty small restroom that's on an airplane that literally fumes and smells terrible. Oh, also, and just the last row where the plane is literally like bum, 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 the entire time. That is where we were. So there was another passenger sitting by the window. I'm in the middle, and then my husband is here on the end. Listen, I know the idea is like, hey, at least you got to go to Miami. You got to be on the plane. You were there. That is fantastic. But when I think about soft life in relation to luxury and travel experiences, I'm not sitting by the toilet. Literally the smell for almost 3 hours, even thinking of it now is like making me ill. So I'm not gonna sit in the last row of the plane. Am I gonna be in seat 1A? Probably not. But if I could be somewhere in the middle, wing side, an exit row, maybe row 15, we'll be good to go. So it doesn't have to be extreme luxury necessarily, but I know I'm not doing that again. I'm not giving subpar last row restroom seating situation on an airplane, and that is something that I feel like contributes to my soft life. Another thing with luxury is definitely convenience. So at the end of the day, look, I will pay for convenience because it just makes my life easier. I am being pulled in a million different directions all the time, so I have to do things to simplify my life. Sometimes it sounds just like insane when I tell people this, but I do not go to the grocery store unless it's Trader Joe's because I love a Trader Joe's run. But for the most part, like going to H-E-B or Kroger or Aldi, like no, I have always hated going grocery shopping. I feel like it's cold. I never know where anything is. It's always crowded. It's just not my vibes. So I get all of my groceries delivered through Instacart literally to my front door. So yes, that's a luxury of life. I have to pay the Instacart subscription every single year. I don't pay service fees because I have the subscription, but I also tip. And so yes, it's an extra expense. However, I am going to keep paying it because it has made my life so much easier. While I am working, while I'm taking care of things at home or taking care of business things, someone else is able to go get my groceries that I selected and then bring them straight to my door, and I can cook every single night and things like that. So it just makes my life so much easier, and it's one of those things that I'm just not gonna give up. I know it could potentially be costing me more every single year on groceries, which are already ridiculous, but at the same time, I'm like, look, my peace of mind is worth more than what I have to provide in tip or what I pay for this membership every year. So it is what it is. I'm not going grocery shopping, and that's something that I get to enjoy as a little luxury that people don't often think about as luxurious piece of life, but it really is, and it's something that I really appreciate. And lastly, in the luxury category, I wanted to talk about financial freedom. So again, that's another topic that can look different for everyone, or at least the idea of financial comfortability, like not having to worry about paying your bills, not having to struggle, having extra when things go wrong, having savings, all those things. That definitely to me is a soft life, because if we are worried about finances, how are we going to pay these bills? How are we going to be able to afford basic needs? That is not giving me peace and stress-free. It really is a very, very stressful thing to have to deal with. And I know that it's a reality for a lot of people, which is why I always suggest have multiple streams of income. I made a video a while back about 7 streams of income. I'll definitely update it again. But that was the biggest thing that helped me out financially, was if something went wrong with this source of income, I know that I have this coming and that I'm going to be okay. And it doesn't mean that you overwork yourself, because that's, again, leading into that hustle culture. But think about your skill set. What are some things that you can do that you're really, really good at that you can make extra money doing? That's actually how I got into coaching in the first place. I was teaching and I was in educational leadership. That was my main job. Obviously, in education, you don't get paid extremely well, but I also really loved coaching. I had a bit of experience with it with one of the companies that I worked for, so I decided to just get certified and go for it and start life coaching on the side. I eventually became a full-time career coach and a senior life coach, simply because I was like, let me get a little side business going where I worked maybe 5 hours a week, but it provided additional income and ended up turning into a new career and a passion that I get to blend and enjoy together. But again, just stepping out there, figuring out how you can enhance your finances, reduces stress and worry so much, and lends itself to living a beautifully soft life. All right, so the next category is time. I definitely feel like my grocery example applies to time as well, because I get that time back because I'm not having to spend it in the grocery store. But time in general for me is very, very important because I don't have a ton of it. Obviously, everyone has the same amount of time in a day, but I feel like I wear a lot of different hats, and sometimes that can mean that I'm stretched really, really thin. And so having time to just ease in, to sleep in whenever I need to. I only work 4 days a week at my main job, which is really nice because that gives me time on Fridays to go to appointments. Like, I could never have made an appointment for midday in my past career. But now I'm like, oh yeah, I have all my Fridays open. I could go to the doctor, but I can even add on some enjoyable appointments like getting a facial or getting a massage or something like that. So having that time freedom is just priceless. So again, start evaluating your life, look at areas where you can readjust and cut back or rearrange in order to put more time into your schedule. It will make a world of difference. It will help you feel like you're not just always running ragged and completely depleted and out of energy because you're doing so much all the time. And one good way to make sure that your time is going where you want it to is to think of a few things, just a list of 3 things where you're like, you know what, I would love to have some time for this during the week. Reading a book, watching a TV show, making a smoothie, whatever it is. Write it down and then try to find a place in your schedule to plug that in every single week. It's a small luxury, again, that does not have to cost anything, but it can help you to feel like, wow, I am really taking steps toward living a softer life, which is a goal of mine, every single day, in these simple, actionable ways that can actually make a sustainable impact on how I'm feeling overall and what my life quality is overall as well. So the next category where soft life is really important for me is career. So like I mentioned, I used to be in education. A lot of people think, oh, teachers have so much time off. Well, at least for me, I did not have that much time off. So yes, we worked the regular day and we were off weekends and holidays and summers and things like that. But you spend a lot of that time playing catch up, grading, doing paperwork, and then over summer you spend a lot of time in professional development and trainings and different things like that. So it's not as much free time as people would think. So that was one of the biggest reasons why I chose to leave that career, because I'm like, I literally go in this building, I don't see the outside for 8 to 10 hours every single day. And for me, that was just miserable and not something that I was able to continue doing. And so making that shift in my career was the biggest piece that contributed to me being able to live a soft life. That's what got me a 4-day work week. That's what got me unlimited PTO so I can travel and not have to worry about finances. That's what got me a company that takes us on a retreat where we're able to travel and it's fully covered, and things like that that I'm able to enjoy on a regular basis simply because I made that career shift. Your job can take so much out of you and it can drain you so much. You have to make sure that what you're getting from your company and what you're putting into your company are equaling, or what you're getting is definitely higher. It is so important to value yourself and reassess how your company or your career path is really supporting what you want in life. And if you realize look, this is not working out, I am on a path that is not taking me to where I would like to be in life or to where I deserve to be in life, then you need to go on a different path. Let it go. If you think, again, making that list of your priorities, what are the things that you value in a career? Yes, I want to have enjoyment and fulfillment in what I do. I also want to be paid well, and I want to have flexibility in my schedule. Those are 3 things that are priority, and those are 3 things that help me feel like I am living a softer life. So I went and I found a job that provided those things for me. It doesn't have to be this long, elaborate list. Just start small with your values, identify what those are, more and start matching up with jobs or companies or careers that really align with the lifestyle that you want to live. Next up, my biggest soft life contributions, one of them is routines. So morning and evening are really the main routines that I love to focus on, but being able to enjoy them, to luxuriate, to romanticize my routines has been such a wonderful experience. So literally in the morning, I'm not getting up, trying to find something to eat, making sure my lunch is packed, trying to find an outfit, running out the door, commuting for an hour or an hour and a half and having to deal with all of that. So now I'm able to wake up much later in the day, which I love because I'm not a morning person. And then when I wake up, I can ease into the day. I can take my time doing my skincare, and then I can go into the kitchen and make a smoothie or some type of health drink or grab a kombucha or even juice if I want to, make myself a healthy breakfast, work out in the mornings, like doing things that are going to benefit me in multiple ways. Easing into the day, not having to be rushed or overwhelmed or pulled here, there, and everywhere as soon as I get up in the morning has been so refreshing and so amazing and so soft, and I absolutely love it so much. And then also in the evening, again, I'm able to wind down. I just ordered a ton of like cute, comfy pajama sets. That's something I want to try in 2024. It's like just really enjoying my evening routine. I'm going to try out one of those Sleepy Girl mocktails. I've been taking sleep gummies, magnesium, and things like that just to enhance my sleep. I'm also thinking about getting a hatch to help me wake up a little bit easier. A few different options, but really just making that a special part of my day where I take a nice shower or bath and I moisturize and just sink into the bed and enjoy my evening again without feeling like, okay, what's next? What do I have to deal with tomorrow? Feeling stressed and overwhelmed has been so amazing. And something else I wanted to mention about career as well is I am now in a place where I don't have to be so hard or so strong or have this wall all the time. I literally had a meeting with my boss and I cried during the meeting, and I was like shocked and appalled and like so embarrassed because I'm like, why am I crying? Like, this is a professional setting, like what is going on? Since then, I have cried like 5 or 10 more times with my boss. She's one of those people that just like has that voice. She asks you a question, it's like everything is falling apart. I don't know how she does it, but now I'm like, wow, it's okay to actually express my emotions and frustrations and struggles and challenges that I'm feeling within my workplace and still be respected and be provided actual helpful resources to be able to navigate those things. Having that in your career is another very invaluable piece. And lastly, I wanted to touch on relationships, which I feel like ties in really a lot with some of the things that I was reading off earlier from the definitions on Google about soft life. It's just not entertaining anyone, anything, any situations or circumstances that are going to add stress to your life. So literally do audits. Do an audit if you have a romantic relationship, like, hey, this is what I need. I am not getting it. Let's have a discussion and figure out how we can realign, make sure we're on the same page, and that I don't feel this extra stress and overwhelm from a relationship. Relationships are supposed to enhance your life. If you're in a relationship that is making your life worse, there is no point in being in it. I always think of, if I can give myself a certain type of lifestyle, if I can enjoy my life on my own, then why would I accept someone who is going to give me a lesser lifestyle, or again, who's going to make me enjoy my life less by being in it? Let that person go, move on, enjoy your life on your own. And if you feel like that, you can move on to someone new and find someone who is going to appreciate you and value you and enhance your life. But again, that's where you have to really personally work on your self-love journey in order to know, like, it's okay. I would much rather be alone than be with someone who's tearing me down, who's stressing me out, who's making me feel overwhelmed, and who's sucking joy out of my life. Another thing is with friendships as well. I feel like the friendship topic, I talk about it a lot in my videos because we hold on to people sometimes who literally are not doing anything for us or helping us feel any better about ourselves or supporting us in any way. And in fact, they can be making you more stressed out. So if your friend is not helping you and they are harming you by the choices they make, by the conversations that they're having, by the pressure that they put on you in certain situations, those are not people who you should be dealing with. And it's the same thing for family. You may feel like, oh my gosh, I'm tied to them. I really need to make sure that I have them in my life. Boundaries, honey. Again, you bring stress and mess I don't do stress events, so we can't hang out. Very simple. It doesn't mean I don't like you, it doesn't mean I don't love you, it doesn't mean I don't care about you. What it means is I am choosing me, I am protecting my peace, and I am doing things to help myself live a happier and softer life every single day. And if people really love you and care about you, they're going to respect that, and they're going to allow you to live that life and hopefully pursue a life that they love as well. So those are the 5 categories that I wanted to cover today on the topic of soft life. I definitely feel like I am someone who loves a soft life. Like, I'm here, I'm not going back. This is the way that I like to live at this point. And that comes with knowing yourself, loving yourself, finding your value and your worth as well. So if you are someone who's been interested in the whole soft life idea, I hope that my perspective from like a realistic point of sometimes it is great luxury things and sometimes it's realistic things and those slow moments and being able to ease into life. So I hope you found this video helpful, and definitely comment below, do you live a soft life? Are you trying to live a soft life? What are you doing to work toward achieving that if it's a goal of yours? And I will see you all in the next one. Bye. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at Affirmations with Amber.